Beautiful, sunny, crisp. Is it fall or I guess we're still technically fall, end of fall, early winter morning here. I'm a little bit late this morning to let the ladies out and gentlemen, but here we are. Come on. Got some nice goodies here, some old persimmons and some banana peels. So I don't know if any of you've noticed yet, but there's no pigs up in here. It's just chickens now. So anyway, I just wanted to make a brief update video on the chickens. I'm in here in the coop. As you can see, pretty spacious coop here. There's a lot of room in here. But yeah, there's been a few big changes. You know, number one, all of the pigs are out, all two of them. The two pigs are gone. You know, we knew that was coming. And Corey and Kara are now preparing to move into their new home. So it's a really bittersweet time for me and for them too. I don't think I really talked about this much in the last update video. I basically just said they're moving. You know, they're going to be about an hour and a half away, so we're going to definitely be able to stay in touch and hang out still, but it's bittersweet. Because on the one hand, this is a really good move for their family. They're going to be in a much better situation. I don't want to spill all of their, you know, personal details of their life out here on the internet, but it's going to be a good move for them. But I'm really going to miss having them around. They really have been amazing neighbors. I'm sure they're going to miss me. I'm sure they're going to miss the chickens. But like I said, I think it's for the best for their family, and they're not too far away. But so they're basically in the process of moving out. The pigs are gone. It's just the chickens. Things have gotten much colder, as evidenced by the ice. I'm having to, you know, flip the ice out of the water bowl pretty frequently here. They have an outside water bowl and an inside water bowl, and you can see they're all very thirsty this morning. They had fresh water last night, but I imagine it froze pretty quickly into the night. You know, it got down to about 19 degrees here, maybe a little bit colder at the coldest part of the morning. I got out a little bit late this morning, I'll admit. But yeah, things are going pretty well. The laying hens and the younger chickens seem to be getting along pretty well. I haven't really seen any bullying or pecking or anything. They've all seemed to integrate, and they seem pretty happy with each other. We've got the auto feeders in here. We had a little bit of sweet feed left from the pigs, so there's sweet feed in this one, and then there's layer feed here, and then there's chick feed here. They're all kind of eating a little bit of the same food, eating each other's food. You know, that's one of the consequences of a mixed flock, is I don't really have any effective way to make sure that the chicks get chick feed and the layers get layer feed, but I think it's okay. They all have access to whatever they need. Now, there's no smell in here at all. It does not smell bad, although I am noticing a lot of buildup of manure, especially under where they like to roost on this section, a lot of them. And so I think it's probably time. We're doing the deep litter method here, but I think we could probably fluff some more wood chips into this space. I'm also thinking about putting some wood chips up on top. A lot of the birds like to sleep up top of this board here, and so they just dump their poop down on top of that. So I don't know. We might just start scraping that off every few days, or I might try to put some wood chips or something, make that a little bit nicer for them. I don't like that they're just standing on their poop. Egg production has slowed down a little bit. You know, yesterday I got 5 or 6 eggs, although coming out this morning there's already 6 here. You know, we might get a few more throughout the rest of the day. When it was warmer out, we were getting almost 12 a day. You can see we just hide the food in here so that no other critters are encouraged to come in and get, you know, if a mouse or something comes in here to get food, I'm pretty confident the chickens will eat it. And it is bright and sunny and windy out here. Still working on getting more carbon down in this area. There's roughly the same amount of wood chips and hay probably as the last update I made. I believe maybe we've fluffed a little bit more in. But our wood chip supply has slowed down. We were getting a lot of loads. We used them all up, and now we haven't gotten a load in a little while. So it might be time to get a bale of hay up here, spread some hay down maybe in that back section, or try to get some leaf bags or something. But it's a huge difference without the pigs. You know, the amount of damage that this many chickens do in this much space, they have a ton of space. I don't know if it's hard to capture it all on camera. I'm also wishing I had my sunglasses here. But, you know, they can go all around behind the back of the coop. There's a ton of space. So their impact is pretty minimal. Like, I do want to get more carbon down, but they're not doing much damage at all compared to the pig. I mean, 2 pigs in here. This is a relatively small amount of space. Oh, I left the door open. Nobody's getting out right now. I think this amount of space for the pigs without more carbon down was an issue, like I've said before. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, but it wasn't a very awesome thing for this space. You can see where they've been rooting around a lot. Oh, everybody's kind of hanging out in the pig house. Look at that. Okay, here's another project. As we've added carbon, the layer that I'm standing on has risen up. And this is now at head height. So I'm really about to whack that off because I keep hitting my head on this thing. Like that. Another one right there. But yeah, just like I said, wanted to do a brief update. Give you guys a look at the chickens. They've been eating some of the sorghum that I got in my previous videos. Like, they just got persimmons. They're gonna get some sunchokes. They can forage in here. I'm not sure how much food they're foraging around when it's this cold. There's not a whole lot of green, and most of the bugs are dormant, but there's some seed heads. There's probably some grubs and things around. They're out here most of the day foraging. Pretty much anytime I come up here and it's bright out, they're out digging around. So they must be finding something. So yeah, early December now, probably sometime in January, some of the roosters from the new chicks, the little white ones, some of the roosters are gonna get called out and put in the freezer. Maybe a few of the hens as well, we'll see. That was the main purpose with these Delaware chicks was I want meat in the freezer, but I'm gonna keep some of them around for eggs, and I wanna be able to produce more of our own chicks, in the future. We're also already at a point, we have about 15 or so hens and only 1 rooster, so we could actually use, honestly, probably another rooster. So and we're gonna get more hens, so we'll probably keep 1 or 2 roosters. And yeah, I'd like to be doing more composting and food waste stuff up here. We got to get some more carbon. We got to start talking to some folks in town, some restaurants, try to get access to more food waste for these ladies. It'd be really awesome to get some composting and just some more food waste stuff happening up in here. Diversify, just continuing to diversify their food supply, One other thing I want to talk about real quick, I'm a beginner at chickens. I'm not super experienced. I don't want to say that I know what I'm doing, but I just want to show you guys the process. You see this lady here with her mangled foot? You guys see that? Thank you for standing so still, my friend. That chick had a foot issue from day 1 when we got her. I didn't notice it or know what to do about it early enough on. I think if we noticed that on day 1 or 2, we probably could have fixed that foot, deformity that's going on there. But we waited too long. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. And there was a question, is she in pain? Should we call that bird out? Would it be better for her to just, be put to rest? We decided no, and she's got a lot of spunk. She had a lot of energy, really liked playing with the other chicks, even at a young age with the foot issue. And so that still seems to be the case. She's walking around fine. I guess I'm assuming it's a she. I don't know if it's maybe too early to tell. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Some of you could probably tell at this age whether they're roosters or hens, or whether they would grow into roosters or hens. But yeah, if you're new at this and you've got a chick like that with a deformed foot, I would encourage you to do what you feel is right. I feel good about letting this one have a chance. We'll probably call that one out when it comes time to, put some of these in the freezer, just because I feel like she's got to be in some level of pain. But at least she had a good life other than that, Lots of space, lots of friends, good food. And she was hanging out with the other birds right there. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me know, what questions do you guys have about these chickens? What else do you want to see with the chickens, with what we're doing up here? I think we're holding off on getting any new chicks this time of year because it's cold. But we definitely want to get more layers come spring. We'd like to get some more colorful eggs and just diversify the breeds that we have in the flock. This is interesting. I've never seen all of you go in that house, and now you're all coming out at the same time. Gotta say, as much as I loved having those pigs, it is much more peaceful in here without the pigs. It's much quieter. I don't have somebody trying to bite my foot off. Sometimes the pigs would try to chew on your boot because they're just hungry to eat all the time. And the main thing, though, is that now any food waste, any treats that I put down, the chickens get all of it. Before, you know, the pigs eat stuff so fast. If I threw those persimmons down when the pigs were in here, the chickens would have gotten like 1 or 2 persimmons and the pigs would have got the rest. But now the chickens got all of them. It's so funny watching the little ones run around. But yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying having these chickens up here. I'm excited to share it all with you guys. I've been eating a lot of eggs. I didn't used to eat very many eggs, but now that we've got so many eggs, I've started eating eggs, and I'm liking it a lot. It's kind of interesting how my goals with the chickens have changed just over the past month or so. When I first got into this, I got these chicks. I was mostly interested in meat because I eat a lot of chicken. I didn't eat a whole lot of eggs. You know, Corey and Kara had all the layers. They've started to, you know, as we moved into early fall, we really started getting a lot of eggs, and so I started eating more eggs. Now I'm liking eggs a lot, and I'm thinking, man, we should get more layers. Well, anyway, that's a look into the chickens. I got to get back to nursery chores and other work, but there will certainly be more updates on these ladies in the future.